This.
You're watching Watch This. I'm CJ Johnson with Christie Aucamp-Schutte and Adam Boys. Adam, tell us about the new Netflix show Follow This.
So Follow This is a 20-minute mini doc series on Netflix produced by BuzzFeed. So it follows these BuzzFeed journalists as they investigate these kind of obscure topics that they're interested in writing about, but we're able to expand on them, and it's a lot of going out and visiting people in these fields to find out more. Things that affect the world, things that are affecting young people today.
Okay, so news, information, documentary.
Yeah, done with that personal kind of the journalist's voice is really heavy in the show. Yeah.
Follow us as we uncover fascinating truths of who we are as a society.
Is the U.S. ready to open up its first safe injection space?
Men's rights activists advocate for men's rights because they feel like women are taking them away.
Well, we've all watched this. We've all watched some episodes of this, haven't we? I watched 3 episodes of this. Christie, I think you're closest in demographic age to this one of the three of us.
Yes.
What was your take?
Well, firstly, when I heard it was partnership with BuzzFeed, I thought, ew, gross. It's going to be crap.
Really? So,
Yeah, 'cause
so
BuzzFeed-
even of the youngest at the table, you're not into BuzzFeed?
No, not at all.
So who the fuck is into BuzzFeed?
No one. It is the lowest common
Yeah.
denominator of the internet.
Right.
But I mean, anyway, it's long gone now. I think it was popular like years ago. It's not
It's
that
still
popular.
going.
It's still popular,
still really
but people
big.
they shit on it.
Okay.
Everyone shits on it. Anyway, so I watched it and I was pleasantly surprised. I thought this host is going to be irritating, but she was fine. She was just a little irritating, but she was fine. She was sweet and good, and I
This
liked
is our
her.
host. She does
our host?
not all of the episodes, but the bulk. She's like
Yeah.
the lead investigator.
I thought
if you could call it
I
that.
thought she was good. She was engaging, and it was well made and very interesting. The first episode ASMR. You know, I'm watching other people watching people like brush hair, and I was enthralled.
Oh, okay.
And I was watching it with my best friend, and she admitted to me her dirty little secret.
She was ASMR?
She's been ASMRing for years.
Wow.
Years, I tell you. And she said, yeah, dude, don't you know about it? And
She's been receiving it, or she's been doing it to others?
Oh, no, receiving it. She loves it.
Listens to the
She
videos.
listens to it. She puts it on and she does her homework. She's
I
cleaning,
wish it did
her
affect
schoolwork.
me because it looks awesome.
I know. I haven't tried it yet.
I
but
haven't tried it either. I watched it and
will.
thought, well, this sounds
Yeah.
like it could be great therapy, but I
Yeah.
still have not.
So what did you think of this show? How many did you watch?
I watched 2 in the beginning of the 3rd one.
Yeah.
I actually liked the Black Survivalist episode, the 2nd one. I thought that
Okay.
was awesome, and I loved the motivation behind it. I loved all the people in it, and I think all of us recognize. I think that community and what the message there was that the government's not going to be there for the people, let alone for their community. And I think all of us have lost touch with that sort of what made humans dominant on the planet, and how ready are you? How many canned goods are in your house if you had to kind of hole up, you know? And can you fire a gun? Can you skin a rabbit? Can you navigate your way through the bush? Like,
Sure.
these are all things that I think we all want to know we could do, or hope that we're looked after if we can't.
I, as someone who's the oldest at the table,
The
oldest, and have watched a lot of documentaries, I can appreciate, like, the thing about this show is they're all 18 minutes or 19 minutes. And I suppose if, as an acknowledgement of the shortening attention span, and that maybe there are 16 or 15-year-olds out there who need something to only be 18 minutes to keep their attention, then I acknowledge its existence as worthwhile. For me, as someone who loves documentaries, I think this is a pile of shit.
Me too.
Because it is so... I don't believe it. This is the problem. Like, every time these investigators, every time they cut to a scene of them on the phone to their editor, and their editor is talking to them about the story, and how's the story going? Oh, well, I just came from an interview with blah, blah, and they're like, blah, blah, blah. That's bullshit. You know, it is so staged because that's not how editors work.
Yeah, they
you
don't
know?
have time for a phone call.
No, and also they're not across the story
Right.
enough to know what you also know because you just found out about it. So
Yeah.
they can't tell you where to go next. You're telling them where you're going next.
But see,
and then
Dave-
like at the end of every episode when they're sitting in this perfectly framed thing and finishing off their story and pushing send and holding up their laptop and walking off camera. And it's like, dude, do it in your office or do it in your messy study because we know you're not making a fortune. Don't do it on the top of Mount Everest or whatever, or like in this shining chrome. I mean, it just, and so all of that artifice just
Reeks
fucking
BuzzFeed.
destroyed it for me, you know? Even the BuzzFeed offices where it's filmed look fake to me. I don't even necessarily buy that those are the real offices because I'm not sure they're actually paid enough to go in. I think most of them are working from home. And I don't think any of them are getting trips, you know, interstate and hotels and everything to stay up. They're doing their articles by going to other articles on the internet. And so to me, the whole thing not only feels like, it actually feels like a scam. Like, it actually feels like bullshit. Like, this is
What do you
just
think?
staged.
What a roast, CJ! What a roast!
But
Oh
that,
my
as
God.
I say, if this is how someone needs to find out about, you know, intersex, which is episode 3, then fair enough. Better they know than they don't know. But you know, if someone can't watch an hour documentary about it, good that they can watch 18 minutes. But I found.
How do you define yourself?
Either he, she, or he. My gender is intersex.
What happens if you can manipulate the president's face? It kind of freaked me out, honestly.
So if you want an answer to this, CJ, Vox have done the same thing. They've done a partnership with Netflix where they do mini docs, 10 to 20 minutes, somewhere in that space, and they're narrated by celebrities. So different celebrities will narrate a different topic, and their topics are bizarre. There's things like esports, cricket.
Is this the one called Explained?
Our World Explained.
yes.
Right, yeah.
And the difference is BuzzFeed launched all theirs together. Vox releases one every week, and my God, you look at it and you think, I don't want to know about K-pop. They are the most interesting documentaries I've ever seen. Vox have done amazing work. Like, these are so detailed, so interesting, such a beautiful broad overview, narrated by someone really cool, and they're not putting their celebrity personality into it, but you're getting Kristen Bell, or you're getting I think Zach Galifianakis does one. So you're getting all these like cool voices in there as they talk about 2020 cricket, and they're talking about genetic modification of babies and things, and it's really cool. It's really cool, and they are so much more intelligent, so much more interesting, and none of the wank, because it's no person going around doing setup shit. It's just using graphs and interviews and like found footage.
I will check that out because I don't think I can watch any more of this.
Don't.
And it did have this thing.
Sorry, BuzzFeed.
It did have this thing too, where each of them, like I'm sure each of the people, each of the investigators, the BuzzFeed writers, the BuzzFeed reporters, whatever, are intelligent people, etc. But they did all seem to adhere to an unfortunate stereotype of people their age, which is they all sort of had this just ludicrous amounts of, I guess, entitlement in a way that was overbearing and I found unlikable. You know, I didn't particularly engage with any of them.
Was there a specific moment where you were like, oh, with the entitlement thing? Because I get you.
Do you? I can't bring one to mind straight off.
I mean, no offense to us, but it's also like, why do I care about your opinion on this thing? I mean, that's no offense to this panel, but it's a little bit of that reflectiveness of just saying, well, you know, cool, you're judging this, so you're not getting involved in this. That's not what we're here to do. We're here to investigate it, break it apart. They sound like learned journalists that then have been dumbed down by the internet. And where it's become op-ed pieces as opposed to actual journalistic ventures.
Yeah. That is Follow This. You've been watch this.
We need to understand the difference between a sex worker and a trafficking victim.
This is America in 2018.
I don't know if that was the worst thing I've ever done or the best. It could have been both.